Hello everyone! When we say the fastest in the world, we usually mean running, swimming, or racing. However, to be the fastest in the world at something, you don't have to be the first to get from point A to point B. Today, we'll talk about people who show incredible speed in different areas and who have set amazing records. Let's get it on! Climbing faster than an elevator. The first story we're going to tell you is about a guy who beat an elevator. So what, you might think? If you're already putting on your running shoes to set a new record, we have to stop you, because Marcin Dyszenski did not run up the stairs. Instead, he climbed a wall. In this original way, the king of European climbing decided to celebrate his sport finally being included in the Olympics. Especially for this purpose, a 23-meter-high plexiglass wall was built near the Olympic Center in Warsaw. It was approximately the height of a 6-story building. We have to admit that if we wanted to run 6 floors using the stairs, we would inevitably be out of breath, but Marcin is the world leader in speed climbing. However, the task was very complicated, because normally he doesn't climb more than 15 meters and prefers surfaces that aren't so slippery. However, the athlete didn't just beat the elevator, he literally walked up the wall, like Spider-Man. Dyszenski overcame the distance in 12.2 seconds. The elevator reached the finish line half a second later. The machine should pay more attention to training.
There we go.
Pretty fast.
Blowing up balloons at a great speed. Sure, you've had to blow up balloons for a party at some point in your life. You probably remember that after the third balloon you felt dizzy, as if you were riding a roller coaster. Now check out this guy from Colorado. In 1 hour, he can blow up 910 balloons, more than 15 per minute. Does he have 2 pairs of lungs or what? According to Hunter Ewan himself, he just wanted to overcome his fear of balloons. So he set his first record in 2011, inflating 582 balloons. But 4 years later, his result was topped and Hunter accepted the challenge. For 6 months, he trained and looked for ways to improve his technique. 6 months blowing up hundreds of balloons a day? Can you imagine his perseverance? After studying additional information about the human body, Ewan learned that people get dizzy not from lack of oxygen, but from its excess, and was able to fix this. His wife also taught him various methods to save air, and in 2018, Hunter set an amazing new record. We wonder if he could inflate a hot air balloon. Pull-up ascent. It turns out that you don't have to be huge and muscular to show great strength and agility. In 2018, on the set of La Notte dei Record in Italy, the Guinness Book of Records show was held. The judges decided to find out who would be the fastest to ascend 7 meters by pulling up. The main participants were these 3 guys. Where are their giant biceps and triceps? Well, let's see what they can do. The first contestant did not manage to climb the 7 meters, but the second one did it quite fast, although he almost made a mistake at the end. But the star of the night was Tazio Givaioli. This form of climbing is much harder than usual pull-ups, but Tazio doesn't seem to be affected by the force of gravity. Look at him! He surpassed the distance in 12.27 seconds. To understand how difficult this is, just try to climb at least 1 meter next time you're in the gym. The disappearance of the burrito. However, it's much more enjoyable to test your strength in the event that we are going to see right now.
3, 2, 1, go!
How long do you need to eat a tasty burrito? 15 minutes? 10 minutes? Even if it's only 2 minutes, something only a truly hungry person can do, you probably won't beat Lee Schutkever's record. This girl from UK is a pro eater and is capable of making all her food disappear from her fridge in a matter of minutes. But her special passion are burritos. In 2019, Leia decided to improve her own record. Last time, she didn't leave a crumb of a huge Mexican burrito in 44.2 seconds. What is her new result? Let's take a look. It took her 3 attempts to set a new record. We hope she didn't make them all on the same day, right? Finally, the Chihuahua-sized burrito was completely swallowed up in 35.26 seconds. You can, of course, try to beat Lee, but isn't it better to just enjoy the delicious food? Fighting at the speed of light. Who is the fastest fighter in the world after Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris? There's no need to remember the names of all the legendary athletes you know. According to the Guinness Book of Records, this title belongs to amateur kickboxer Pavel Trusov. What's so special about this guy that he deserves such a title? It's simple. Pavel is the Flash of the martial arts. This summer, he managed to make 322 punches in 1 minute. That's more than 5 punches per second. How's that possible? The secret, as in most similar achievements, lies in training. The 25-year-old has been practicing martial arts since he was 6 years old. To set this record, he followed a special training course for 6 months. months. The training included elements of interval work, powerlifting for muscle mass, and CrossFit. According to Pavel, the process was very difficult, but now his hands move at the speed of light. Do thieves even have time to say, "Give me your wallet"? Unusual drummer. Jason Barnes from the United States dreamed of becoming a professional drummer from an early age, but in 2012, an accident changed his life. Jason was cleaning an exhaust vent at work when a power failure occurred, and he was hit by a powerful current shock. Barnes underwent numerous operations, but in the end, doctors had to amputate part of his right arm. Fortunately, James didn't think about giving up, otherwise we wouldn't be telling his story. To continue with his music lessons, the guy personally created a prosthesis in his garage. It was a piece of wood with a drumstick attached to it. The construction was extremely uncomfortable, but Jason was lucky. The director of the Georgia Tech Institute offered to help him create a new prosthesis. The device was so great that Barnes was listed in the Guinness Book of Records as the world's fastest drummer. The mechanism of the prosthesis is activated by a special bracelet that reads the muscle activity of Jason's forearm, allowing him to deliver 2,400 drum beats per minute. Isn't it true that science works wonders? Reading at great speed. Most of us speak about 60 words per minute or about 1 word per second, but you probably have acquaintances who talk non-stop, people who can pronounce 120 or even 150 words per minute. But then there are people like Eminem. You've probably heard the songs Rap God, Majesty, and Godzilla, right? In this last song, Eminem reaches a speed of 229 words per 30 seconds. But this is not the limit. I think we found the grandfather of the legendary rapper. Meet Sean Shannon. Even his name sounds like the name of a hip-hop artist, but in fact, Sean has nothing to do with show business. However, he is the fastest talking person on the planet. This man from Canada received this title in 1995 after reading not just any rhyme, but the famous Hamlet to be or not to be soliloquy. Just listen to his flow.
Paddles the world, my so brothers, as we haven't found you enough. This constant characters on this native evolutionary sequel.
Watch out, rappers of the world. Sean Shannon could put any hip-hop singer out of work, and this is no joke. He can read a 260-word monologue in 23.8 seconds. That means Shannon can shoot 655 words per minute. Well, who's the rap god now? Zorbing record. But is it possible to set a record over this distance without cheating and while making the task more difficult? Apparently, James Duggan asked himself this question before zorbing 100 meters. It may seem surprising, but James is not the first person to try. The first record was set in 2012 by cricket star Freddie Flintoff. Not only did the athlete manage not to fall while riding, and if you've ever been inside a Zorb, you know what we're talking about, but he made it to the finish line in 26.59 seconds. James thought he could do a lot better than that. He trained for a long time, even though it looks like he's just having fun, and then waited until the weather conditions were perfect so that the wind wouldn't slow down the sphere. The plan worked. Duggan broke the previous record by more than 3 seconds and finished the race with a time of 23.13 seconds. It's a long way from Usain Bolt's speed, of course, but the conditions are completely different, don't you think? Hold on a second. Do you want to see some crazy stories from real life? Nothing dull, only action. Only adventures, chases and fights, love confessions and sudden betrayals. Don't believe us? Follow the link and see for yourselves. Our animation channel Private Diary reveals the deepest secrets. Don't forget to subscribe.